up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We are down here, honey. We don't have anything to talk about. I had to take a day off yesterday. I know there was no video yesterday, but I just needed a day off to do absolutely nothing, to not talk about nothing, which actually gave me some time to look over some stories and things that we could probably talk about. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. If y'all want to clip the video and share it on TikTok or what your social media, go ahead and clip the video if you want. Make sure you tag me. It does really help with traffic to my channel, and I appreciate that. Share the video again. Now YouTube allows you to timestamp different parts of the video that you want, or that you want to make a comment on. You can actually timestamp the part. Some folks will get in the comments and like, Erica, can you make this a short? FYI, shorts are only 60 seconds, so I can only make it a minute. Okay, just the FYI. I know on Twitter, TikTok, you can make them longer. And I should be taking those shorts and putting them on TikTok, but I'm just like, I don't know. But yeah, so that's it. And then probably putting them on Instagram too. That's what I probably should be doing as I'm doing them. But it's so easy to clip it from the actual video and then just post it on YouTube. But in the comments section, I don't know if you noticed, but there's like a little timestamp thing. So if you want to timestamp a part of the video that resonates with you or that you would like to see in a short, go ahead, timestamp that part, and hopefully it's a minute. If it's a little more than a minute, I can put it on TikTok or on our IG. But one thing about TikTok, my mouth is like a sailor and a truck driver had a baby. They don't play that over on TikTok. You got to do all the bleeping, and I don't have time to do all that shit. I just don't. So, so it doesn't go through. This thing where we just have to constantly edit and edit and edit and edit ourselves. I can't get jiggy with that shit at all. So that's just not the world that I come from. I am mindful about the word choices that I use and the things we can't say. I am mindful of that. I try to work around those things. It doesn't actually affect my monetization, to be perfectly honest. All my videos get monetized. My last video that didn't get monetized was 2 weeks ago, New Jersey, and I said see you next Tuesday a couple of times, and I figured that's probably why it didn't get it got demonetized. So yeah, so that's it for that. So let's see what's on the blogs, honey.
I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Let's see. We'll see what's on the blogs. There's a lot of stuff going on. Some of the things that I thought was funny. Let's go to the blogs first and see. I saved a few things yesterday. What is this that says new? Oh, what? Shopping activity. Okay. All right, let's go. Black China discusses why the Kardashians aren't called baby mamas. And this is when she was on Jason Lee's show. So let's see what he says.
All right, the next one. If they were black, they'll say it's ghetto, but all of them are baby mamas. Why are they not called baby mamas, but black women are called baby mamas?
Because they stick together.
Wow. Ooh, I felt that. I know y'all felt that. Y'all gonna post that last clip all day long.
So let me read some of the comments, and I'm gonna read what I said. She said because they stick together. This is what I said. Because non-black people don't see single motherhood as a curse or shameful. Among black people, if you're a mother with a child, you are seen as a stain because you don't have a man married to you. So it's a way to shame her. This is the only reason why a baby mama is considered defamatory or derogatory, because there's not a man there, and black people put so much stock in having a man next to them, even though for the most part fatherless children and unmarried women with children is a cultural norm. And it's not just a black cultural norm, it's an American cultural norm. If you look at the rate of fatherless children and single or solo parents who are women taking care of children, it's a lot, millions. But we use it as a way to say there's no man there, therefore you've broken up the black family, therefore you weren't chosen, therefore something is wrong, even though you are a person that can have a child and that child is the future. Somehow, some way, if you don't have a man connected to you, you are trash. You are a baby mama. And other black women and black men use it as a way to shame. Oh, you just a baby mama. That means that no man picked you. That's what it boils down to. Because within the black community, black male worship, shout out to Cynthia G, black male worship is a thing. It is truly a thing. It is y'all worship black men. And I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry if it's gonna tie some of y'all panties in a bunch, but you don't see a correlation of praying to a male deity with worshiping human males, with this thing where this man is so valuable that you should have stayed in a relationship with this man to avoid being a baby mama. Come on. We're going to be honest. And that's it. That's the conversation folks don't want to have. Let's see. Bondi, shout out to Bondi Blue. She says, no, it's because they're white. Yeah, it's non-black people don't shame women for being single mothers. They don't. They don't. They don't look at single mothers as the bane of the black experience in America. They don't see that. They see it as, oh, this woman is raising her child on her own. Some women choose single motherhood. Some black people can't believe it. Why in the world would you choose single motherhood? Why wouldn't you want to have a man next to you? Some of these men are beating these women up, and they don't want to be in relationships with them. So for their life and their child's life, they leave the relationship. And then now they're a baby mama, and they're the reason why the black community is in shambles. Yeah, because there's no man there, right? That's why a lot of black women are steering away from calling themselves single mothers, because single mothers denotes that you're unmarried. And they're calling themselves solo parents. I'm a solo parent. I'm not a single mother, because that means that you don't have a man next to you. Some man didn't pick you. You weren't worthy enough for a man to marry you and pick you. So you just a baby mama. And y'all not going to sit up here and deny it. Y'all not going to sit up here and play in my fucking face. That's what it is. That's the issue. The issue is you didn't get picked. And so because you didn't get picked, something is wrong with you. Never mind the idea that the woman didn't want to be in the relationship with the man anymore. And at the end of the day, whether or not the woman wants to be in relationship with the man has nothing to do with the father's relationship to the child. Yes. Nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it at all. So instead of saying, oh, single mothers are the reason why the black community is in shambles. No, it's father deficient children. That's the problem. The mothers are there. Now, whether the mothers are good or not, they're doing what they can, and they're there, and they're taking care of the responsibilities as best as they can. Some all ain't great. All ain't great, and it's never all. It's never all. They all ain't great, okay? And that's just the truth. But the truth is, there's a deficiency, and the deficiency is the father figure. So it's not single mothers, it's fatherless children. Right? Right. That removes your need to feel, and a lot of women, they will throw it, men and women, especially in, like I said, it's white women, they choose single motherhood. If you are a black woman and you say you chose single motherhood, there's going to be a group of black women like, what? Why? What? Why? What? Why? They don't know. They don't understand. Why? No. What? You need a man there. You need a man there. Have y'all seen these men? Have you seen how they classify? Well, you need the man there so they could show the boys how to be men. Do these men represent manhood in a healthy way? Come on, y'all. You want these men to teach these boys how to be men? Oh, so you can keep getting the same shit over and over again. Is that what you want to do? So you want these niggas to teach these boys how to be men, just for the sake of having a man in their life. Who's gonna teach them how to be men? Do they know how to perform manhood? Do they? Oh, okay. Because from the looks of it, because you got niggas like Nick Cannon and niggas like Kevin Hart creating a show so he can make another fatherless, deficient child. But it's the women. Oh, okay. She's saying black women call each other baby mama while white women don't bother with the term. She's right. It's us who put that label on other women, mainly other black women. I said, nah, black men take part in shaming black women for not being married to the child's father. It's done collectively. When she says because they stick together, she doesn't mean them as sisters. She means because they're white women. With their platform, status, and control the narrative, white media barely uses the term baby mama or side chick. Yeah, a lot of the terms that are used to insult black women, when you peel back all of the layers, at the end of it, it's a man. Either the man is there or the man is not. And that is the reason why you're referred to as a baby mama, because you weren't worthy enough for that nigga that you had a baby with to pick you. Now you a baby mama. Also, it's a cultural term, but it's a cultural term that has now been used as, well, you're not married. You guys are glorifying women not being married. It at the end, when you peel it back, there's not a man there. There's not a man there. There's not a man there. The black community, the groups of black people, large groups of black people, I won't call it a community, large groups of black people worship straight black men. And if he's not somewhere in a woman's life and there's a child there, and there's even and it's crazy because the other people will look, oh, she got a kid, her value. Like, never mind that her ability to bring another life in the world, she's decreased in value because there's no man there. As a culture, black people created the term. We are known to make the best out of every situation, which is why baby mama is glorified in our community. There's plenty of clear baby mamas, but it isn't in their culture to put it on shirts, put it in pop music, brag about it. See, she's thinking there's something shameful about being a quote unquote baby mama, meaning that you have a child and there's no man there. There's something shameful, because otherwise, why would you be bragging about it? You shouldn't brag about something that should otherwise be seen as shameful. There's plenty of clear baby mamas. Okay, it's all about perspective. When we brag about it, of course, the stereotype will always end with us. This term has such a negative connotation behind it. My ex husband's new wife is white, tries to call me that. When I correct her, she rolls her eyes, goes, "I'm sorry, child's mother," using her fingers as quotations, and then proceeds to tell me that I'm only offended because I'm from the North and I'm proper and it's a Southern term and they don't get offended by it in the South. Her answer made no sense. All white people don't stick together. That's not the point. The point is, that she's saying they don't use it as it's not used as a derogatory term. A lot of people are like, yeah, why don't y'all call the Kardashians baby mamas? They all over there, ain't nobody married. Nobody is shaming them for not keeping those raggedy ass niggas around them. Y'all shame women for not keeping these raggedy ass niggas around them. And it doesn't have anything to do with the child, because you're a single mother. It doesn't have nothing to do with the child. You being a single mother means you're a baby mama. You're someone's baby mama, but he didn't choose you and he didn't pick you. But what does that mean? They stick together. What does that have to do with being called a baby mama? Also, for African American culture, baby mamas is normalized, even glamorized. How dare you guys glamorize not keeping men around you, right? It runs rampant. Unmarried single mothers. For the Armenian culture, that's rare. Armenians don't glorify that term or situation. Let's see. I'm just going to do a quick Google search and say single mother rates in America. According to the 2022 U.S. Census Bureau, out of 11 million single parent families with children under the age of 18, nearly 80% were headed by single mothers, baby mamas. Okay? Of all single parent families in the U.S., single mothers make up the majority. About 4 out of 10 children were born to unwed mothers. I'm not breaking it down by race at all, because fatherless. Let's look at the fatherless children rate in America. Data from the United States Census Bureau, this is from 2022, shows that nearly 18.5 million children grow up without their fathers, which has in return led the United States owning the title of the world's leader of fatherlessness children. So we are the only group of people that sees it as a negative connotation. We are the only people to use it that way. And another thing, baby mama, the use of AAVE, that's another way to say, oh, it's ghetto. It's ghetto for you to not have a father in the home. It's ghetto. Well, the United States is fucking ghetto, honey, because the United States is the leader of fatherless children. Nick Cannon, thank you for helping. And the rest of you other raggedy, degenerate, dusty motherfuckers in the United States running around leaving fatherless children. Yeah, we don't want to call them fatherless children. We want to call it single mothers. That's why we can blame them for the reason why these children turn out the way that they do. And then we have to have the men in the home. Oh, the men have to be in the home? Do they? Do you need a man to teach your boy how to be a man? When these men are performing manhood in the most toxic, destructive ways, you want these men to teach these boys how to be men? Oh, I was just wondering. Let me know what you think about that. Let's move on. Porsha recalls interviewing with Tamron, says she didn't feel supported, and there's a hidden messiness about Tamron. First of all, Porsha, spell journalism. Right. Porsha thought she was a journalist. She's in the field of journalism. Remember when she was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion and she said that she was in the field of journalism because she sat in a chair at Dish Nation gossiping? She's not the brightest bulb in the light store, okay? Let's see. Let's see what she says about Tamron. Because, okay, so what happened was with Tamron, Tamron interviewed Angela Yee. Angela Yee lied and said that she was the only woman in the production room, in the room with the men, almost as though she could, she was kind of, the way she made it seem is like at times she was stifled in with her ability to speak up because she was the only woman in the room. Angela Yee gave the rumor report like somebody had a gun to her back. You know how she gives it, right? No energy, just a monotone voice, no, inflections, none of that. Just boring, tired, like somebody has a gun to her back. Exactly. And so she got up there and she essentially lied and people called her out. I said the other day, I love Tamron Hall's interviewing style. I think she's asked hard questions, and if you don't answer the question, she's going to ask you in a different way. She's going to get down to the question. When she interviewed Larsa, a lot of people said, "Ooh, it felt like it was personal." I think she's in Chicago now, so they were like, "Ooh, shit, sound like she was personal. Maybe she knows Juanita. Maybe she knows the mama or something." The way that she was asking those questions, it seemed like she was taking it personal. When she was asking Porsha questions, Porsha went to her show promoting her coloring book, and she was asking her real questions. Girl, you are a woman who slept with your co-worker's husband while he was in the middle of getting a divorce. She invited you into your home, and you decide that you was going to get married to this man of questionable character, and didn't think nobody was going to ask you, and then want to say some shit like, "Oh, we're from the South," and da 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 da. Girl, we don't do that stuff in the South. That's what Tamron said. I'm from the South. That's not normal. Basically what you're doing. I wish that I could pull up some of the questions that Tamron was asking Porsha, but Porsha wanted to be coddled in her degeneracy. She wanted to be coddled in her whoredom of, sleeping with somebody's husband, number one, because he wasn't divorced yet, and then two, running around and marrying him like nothing was wrong with what she did, right? And she was praised until she looked like a princess, and she thought she was going to be treated with kitten gloves by an actual journalist. And then she turned around and said, when Tamron acts like a journalist. I want to do something real quick. Tamron Hall. Let's go to Wikipedia. Tamron Hall, a Virgo, born September 16th, is an American broadcast journalist and television talk show host. In September, she debuted her self-titled syndicated daytime talk show, which earned her a Daytime Emmy Award. Okay? Hall was formerly a national news correspondent, okay, for NBC News, a daytime anchor for MSNBC, and host of the program MSNBC Live with Tamron Hall, and co-host of Today's Take, the third hour of Today. Occupation: television journalist, news anchor, talk show host, and author. Come on. So here's what's her name, trying to sound like she has a lick of sense.
Tamron up on here. She probably had a chance instead of talking to Tamron. She would have been able to expound on that. But when you have someone like a Tamron talking to you and she's giving you accolades,
trying to enunciate, trying to sound smart,
to do nothing but set you up to say something that's going to be catchy, and she can look like a journalist.
She can look like a journalist.
Where you find Angela in this place.
So let me see some of the people getting Porsha together. Lonnie Love had to come out and get Porsha together and tried to tell her, ma'am, no. She's an actual journalist. Hold on, let's go down. Let me go down here and let's talk about it. I said get her to spell journalist. Well, if you get someone like Tamron, trying to enunciate, trying to sound smart. You thought you was on on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and thought you was a journalist. Told Andy, oh, so you're making fun of my profession? You're not a journalist, sweetheart. You're not a journalist. And that's the problem. Naima Crane. Shout out to Naima. This is what happens when folks think podcasters, DJs, and reality stars turn radio show hosts, bloggers, or actual journalists are the same thing. The concept of how forms of media operate has become flat, and journalism took an L. Journalists ask questions the way they were trained, and people get up in arms. But Nori is supposed to be the new Tom Brokaw out this bish. According to people, asking people questions for a living doesn't make you a journalist. Tamron Hall has a 25-year television news vet and went on from MSNBC, an NBC anchor, to a talk show host for which she has an Emmy. If they don't get the fuck out of here. Like any trained professional in any field across the board, folks actually dismiss people who have degrees, certifications, training, and years of experience for people who just do shit off vibes. Period. I remember somebody on here told me that just because I had 20 plus years as a music executive doesn't mean I knew more about the business than he, a person who doesn't even work in a music adjacent field, did. Me, that's literally what it means. But lastly and finally, because people keep saying Tamron is still messy, Porsha, Envy, and Charlemagne sitting up on the Breakfast Club calling anybody or anything messy is automatically laughable. It ain't even pot and kettle. It's like being a hoarder and saying somebody else's house is nasty because they have a sink full of dishes. Come on, Naima. Shout out to Naima. Yeah. I said Porsha has a lot of nerve. All her fucking teeth in her head. Got all that damn nerve.
She probably had a chance instead of talking to Tamron.
Talking to Tamron?
To expound on that.
Listen.
When you have someone like a Tamron talking to you and she's giving you accolades and she's, raising you up to do nothing but set you up to say something that's going to be catchy and she can look like a journalist, then that's where you find Angela in this place, trending for the wrong thing.
What you said just now is interesting, Porsha, because I do feel like
Tamron and her proximity to culture makes you think that she is supposed to treat you like her sister friend when you come on her show, right? And that she's supposed to be light on you when you come to her show. But she's not. She's supposed to ask you the hard questions. She's supposed to make you shift a bit in your seat like, oh shit, I wasn't ready for that. You don't get to go on Tamron Hall and tell her what you won't talk about. You have a book out. I'm going to ask you about this relationship with this man who was married and who you set up in some woman's house and swam in her pool, came in her house, shook that man's hand. I truly believe that that scene that we saw Porsha shake Simon's hand, they'd already been fooling around with each other. So you a raggedy, messy bitch, and I'm supposed to come on here and not ask you the obvious questions? Girl, please. Girl, please.
Kind of almost attacking me, almost making me feel like I had to justify anything that I had going on, and it just didn't feel good.
So you don't want to justify that you went and married somebody else's husband? The man wasn't even divorced. And then the people who rallied around you talking about, ooh, true love, true love. You think Porsha married Simon for true love? Y'all really think Porsha married Simon Guobadia for true love? Y'all think that? Y'all bigger fools than I thought. Y'all bigger fools than I thought. Okay, let me keep going here. Let's see what else is happening. Oh, let me come back. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.